have a very, very special episode this week. And as you could tell, count the fingers. Look at the man on there with the robe. Look at the man with the glacier flare mask. And look at the man up there. Woo! Bobby JJ. It is an episode about the Four Horsemen. Arguably the greatest faction in the history of professional wrestling. I am Bombshell Billy.
I am Ed Carpenter.
Bob Staffa, yo.
Metal Bob Staffa, there he is. And yeah, we talked about what can we do next, and we got talking. We're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're doing a Horseman show because, you know, well, they deserve it. And I am kind of jealous. I do have a replica Flair robe, but it's not all fluffy and puffy like that. I don't have the.
You should.
I don't have the stuff.
You shouldn't be so jealous.
Why?
You shouldn't be so jealous. This is like being in a Cadillac with the heat turned all the way.
Oh, that's right.
Today.
It's. I forgot it. I forgot it's 96 out.
This is great for 5 minutes.
I have a flare on my shirt.
Nice. I see what he did there. I see what he did.
Nice.
I totally forgot I had this Horseman shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna wear my robe or dress up or something. And I was like, wait a minute, I got a Horseman shirt, and I had to dig it out. So, anyways, we're gonna talk about the legendary faction of the Four Horsemen. That you got a little bevy there, Ed. Hold on, before we
indeed
get started, let me get a little assistance from my bevy. Let me tell you something right now. The Horsemen were a thorn in my side. A thorn in my side. Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, if you will. My first bevy of choice, I picked these up at Nichols. $2.99 for a 4-pack. You know how they have, see, Nichols is like the most expensive store ever, but if they have their sales, it's the best sales ever. It was like $11.99 regular price, marked down to $2.99 for a 4-pack. It's Boardwalk brand lemon Italian ice.
Oh, nice.
It's alcoholic, and we had some Sunday, and they're pretty dang good. Pretty damn good, man.
No better way to drink than remind yourself of your childhood, right?
That's right. Oh, it's a big old dent.
Ice. That's awkward.
That's awkward. Anyways, so let's talk about the formation of the Horsemen. The OG. We all know who the OG Horsemen were. Ric Flair.
Came out of what was left of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tully
Andersons.
Tully, Rick, and then Ole and Arn Anderson. Now, it was back in 1985 that in the TBS studios, they started bringing them out. And the legend goes is that like they were, I don't know if they were running short on time or they were just trying to get a bunch of promo in for the big card coming up. So they brought Flair out, and I believe JJ was managing Tully at the time. So they brought Ole and Arn. They just happened to all bring them all out together at the podium to talk about their upcoming individual matches. And it worked so well that they brought them out more together. And then Arn Anderson's quote, "Not since the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse have so few wreaked so much havoc on so many." And that was it. From that moment forward, they called them the Four Horsemen. And it's funny because that simple phrase saying that, like, it just, the Horsemen were born right there. Nowadays, and I'm going to use a very, very recent, I don't think you watch the current product, Bobby, but you'll know what I'm talking about, Ed. When this past week, when Seth debuted the name The Vision and for his group, and just getting to it seemed painful. It was just like, that's why, yeah, blah, 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 the Vision. I'm like, okay, we're called The Vision. That's nothing to say.
Prepackaged, and you could tell.
It was very, very, very scripted, where most of it is these days, but you know, back then they went out there, gave them bullet points, let them talk. And that's why you can sit down and watch the promos of the 80s and early 90s and be like, 70s, 80s, and early 90s, and be like, okay, this is some of the best mic work ever in the history of pro wrestling. So,
bullet points are the best way to do it.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, unless it's somebody who, you know, can't talk on the mic or is not good at it, then give them a manager.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. And you know what? And back in the day, like if you couldn't talk on the mic, it was very difficult for you to even get a job in the business.
Mhm.
So
It's all part of the no pun intended total package. Now look at the core four.
Touche.
Look at the first four: Tully, Flair, Arn, and Ole. Now, those four guys. There's not a weak link on the mic in that group. There's not a weak link in the group as far as mic work. And we're here. Let's add another one in. JJ Dillon, their manager. What'd you say about? I missed it. What'd you say?
I said, yet they had a manager. They didn't need one.
They didn't need one, but that's funny you said that, and I must have subconsciously knew you said it without hearing you, because make it 5, because JJ could talk on the mic. They were all awesome, and it's I think that's what
that faction.
I think that's what put them up to the next level, honestly, because they could all go in the ring, they could all go on the mic. I'm sure Rick would say they could all go after hours, but. I mean, that was the pinnacle right there.
Even bringing back a more of a modern day twist to it too. I know a lot of people said that Seth Rollins didn't need Paul Heyman in his corner with his new faction. But that was my answer to that. I'm like, the Four Horsemen didn't need JJ either.
Right.
But look how much of a team, like how everything came together so great for them.
That is so. I was just going to make a comparison, and I see your point, and I agree wholeheartedly with what you said, but it's weird. JJ, so Heyman gives that group, and probably more so for Bronson and Braun, gives them credibility by being there with them. Seth at this point doesn't need the credibility, but all of them together with Heyman as the mouthpiece, with Heyman there, they seem more important. In my opinion. With the Horsemen, they could all stand out there individually by themselves, and they're all important. When they're out there all together, they're even more important. With JJ there, it was like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? It was like, because you knew, and it was portrayed that he was like the guy that took care of all their business stuff, and kind of like a work version of the shoot way that Paul Ellering took care of all the Road Warriors stuff, and Cornette helped the Midnights with all their stuff and took care of their stuff. You know what I mean? It was like a worked version of that. JJ was their advisor. He was their financial guy. He was the guy that made their, did their contracts and yada yada. Storyline, kayfabe. But it just worked. It all came together. It was freaking great. Oh, sorry. It all came together. Woo.
So right now we've already established that there were 5 Four Horsemen.
There were 5 Four Horsemen. Yes, there were. Well, there were many, many, many horsemen that we're going to talk about. Some I'd rather
the original
not talk
4
about.
Were actually 5. So.
Originally 4 were actually 5. Yes, say that 5 times fast. So back in the early days of the Horsemen, obviously they did an angle where Ole was at his kids' wrestling meet, and Tully called him a snot-nosed punk or a snot-nosed kid or whatever. Ole was out. Luger was in.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys?
Interesting too is that because I made note of this, how many years each version of the Four Horsemen lasted.
Mm-hmm.
That first version lasted 2 years.
With Ole.
Important to say. Important to say as we move on through this, because as we go on,
some combos didn't last so long. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
exactly what I'm saying.
But yeah, Luger came in next.
Luger came in. I think Luger was the blueprint for later on down the line in wrestling with Flair, Triple H, Randy, and Batista. Luger was that guy they brought in that was young. He was an upstart, and they brought him in and they kind of mentored him into the Horsemen. That's how I see it. I see he's kind of like
him in. He was the big guy in Florida.
Yeah.
And then they brought him in.
Yep.
And that was his great hot shot him.
Yep. Yep, trained by Hiro Matsuda. But I think Luger was a decent horseman. Obviously, Luger's never been known for his outstanding ring work. You know, he was decent on the mic, but he wasn't anything the caliber of the other guys.
Yeah,
but,
he was the body.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But on camera, he was fucking physically fantastic looking, and if somebody tuned in for the first time and saw this group of wrestlers, they'd be like, "Holy shit, look at that guy." You know what I mean? And it was always so cool that the Horsemen they were collectively a group and in unison. But if you look at them individually, Flair was the ladies' man, you know, the styling and profiling, always dressing to the T's. Tully dressed up too, you know, but Tully was more of like a little spunky little brat. You know, Arn was literally, as they called him, the enforcer. He was the guy you don't fuck with. Yeah. And then Ole, same thing. Ole was the grizzled. Ole, when it was the original, Ole was the grizzled veteran who would just like rip off your nose, than to talk to you. You know, so they all had their own part in it. And then when Ole was out and Lex was in, same thing. Luger was the muscle. He was good to look at, but he was like don't fuck with that guy. So
he also had a problem with an itch.
I know. We used to always. You ever notice that when he was talking? And it's funny because I thought we're the only people that ever noticed that. And then I saw it on a message board one time. It's like, why did anybody know why Lex Luger always flicked his crotch every time he was talking? Like he would talk and be like, "Let me tell you something." And he'd go like this on the front of his pants. And like, it was like, has he got jock itch or is it like a nervous tick or what's going on with him?
I challenge anybody to go back and watch all the old Horseman videos or even him alone.
Just him in the TBS studios talking. And it's like, okay, you can make a drinking game out of it. Every time he does it, you get a drink. You'd be on the floor in like an hour.
How do you think he got the name The Total Package?
Hey, maybe he was, yes, I'm the Total Package, but I don't have to say it. Just look. Maybe he was practicing does Lex Luger play guitar? Maybe he was like multitasking. Maybe he was practicing his notes, his chords. Practicing with his chord.
I'll never know what that is. I wish somebody would ask him someday. I really do. Why did you like?
So it's funny because now that he's like different now, he's in he's so humbled now. You know what I mean? Unfortunately he's in the wheelchair. He went through all that stuff, but I bet you now the way he is, because I've seen him in interviews and I seen him out, and I bet you if you went up and asked him at like a convention or something, he'd probably be like, "Oh, you know what? I've been asked that before." And I bet you he'd probably just tell you, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It was a nervous tick or whatever.
I always wondered, as far as his involvement in the Horsemen goes, if it was solely to build up to the match between him and Flair. And like, as you said, he was the Florida guy and they wanted to give him that pop and that panache, and build him up. But was it just to build him up so Flair would have someone else that he could wrestle? Was
possibly
his sole involvement in that?
I don't know that that was the decision from the beginning, but along the way, probably before he was out, along the way, that was probably the idea, And I think, if memory serves me right, I believe that Luger was out when Barry Windham turned on him in a tag team match. They were a tag team, and Barry turned on him. Luger was out. Barry was in.
Yeah, he had. I think Luger actually won a title shot, maybe, or he was going for the gold. Like he wanted to have a world title shot, and Flair was the champion at the time.
So it caused distension.
Turmoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Luger and Barry were a tag team, and I know that's what happened. Barry got the hot tag, and he came in and he turned around and just thumped Luger, and that's how he turned heel, which is funny because that's how Flair, or is that how Flair or how Ole? Remember when they turned on Dusty in the cage I think that's what happened. I think Ole was his partner against the Russians. I can't remember exactly how it was. I should remember, but I'm old. But that's exactly it. They got the hot tag. Turn around, boom, thump, and that was it. I'm gonna go.
Didn't they break Dusty's leg in that one?
Yes, in the cage. Yep, broke his leg. Not to be confused when they broke his hand. When they remember they found him on the side of the. Remember the Horsemen found Dusty. They followed him. They had videotape of them. We're jumping all over, but it's all Horsemen. Who cares? They were following him. They're literally a videotape is like, oh wait, there he is. Oh, and they're filming it from inside the car. They probably got that big fucking camera like this big up on their shoulder. Oh, they're filming. There he is. He's going in. He's driving into that. He's driving into that parking lot. Go get him. Go. And they all get out and they all attack him. And on the side of his pickup truck, of course. They all attack him. They beat the shit out of him. He's like, and they got him and they hold his hand. They got his hand and they're holding it. And did they smash a bat on it or something? Or did they slam it into the door or something? But he's like
both, I think.
But remember, he's like, make it good, make it a good one. He's like yelling, make it a good one. And they smashed his hand and they broke his hand. But that was good shit, man. The Horsemen were just like badass motherfuckers, and it wasn't like I mean, there's cool groups now, but it's everything's so slick and so like packaged now and so scripted and choreographed. It's like back then. I don't know. And predictable. I think a lot of the things the Horsemen did from time to time weren't so predictable as they are today. Some of those like you said, the turns where you go for the hot tag, and there were some feuds where there was no build up to it. It just happened. Yep.
Everyone say, "Whoa, what's going on?" Nowadays, you got like 2 weeks of tension before you know it's going to happen. So.
Yeah, and then nowadays, like you have, say you do an angle similar to the one I just described. In the background, they're going to fucking Easter egg like, wait, why is Dominic talking to Roxanne back there? It's like they got something going on and they're always like trying to, it's like, that was just like them driving down this fucking country road, following dusty roads. Let's beat his ass in this parking lot when he pulls over. And it was awesome. And I'm sure they sold out that fucking arena because of that, because Dusty was out for his revenge. It's awesome. I wish Cody would pick up more of that, like, or maybe give some input on that. I don't know. I just wish Cody could be like this generation's, and he kind of tries to be, but this generation's Dusty, where it's just like, everybody loves him. It kind of is, but it's just, I don't know. I can't wish upon the business today to be how it was back then, because nothing is, but it's like, it's just so slick. It's like you said, it was so off the cuff, so just out of nowhere back then. There was that. There probably wasn't, for that videotape, they probably didn't have a big production meeting with 75 writers, and no, they didn't have any writers. You know what I mean? It's just so different, but that's what made it good.
Sounds like a Dusty. It wasn't a Dusty finish, but it was probably a Dusty script.
Right. It's like, yeah, let's do that. And it's like, holy shit, you're going to get so much, you guys are going to get so much heat, and you are going to be over so much more than you are. I don't want to go into, unless you guys want to, unless you guys remember how everybody got themselves into the Horsemen. But I do want to say this, and I guess we can maybe dabble upon it, unless you guys want to wait to the end and say who our favorite factions were, our favorite combos were. You want to talk about it now, or do you want to go wait till the end?
I like waiting till the end.
Let's give something to build up to.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Can't forget the Horsewoman.
Wait to the end. Oh yeah. No. That's in my notes. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. That's in my notes. I got you.
Very good.
So some of the other members, Sid. Rest in peace. The late Sid Vicious was a member of the. I don't think he was in too long. But
well, actually,
hold on. Ed's got the by the numbers with Ed Carpenter.
By the numbers.
You see,
before Sid Vicious was involved with the Four Horsemen, in 1989, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Barry Windham spent 1 year as the Horsemen.
Nice. So Sid
Wyndham was only there a year?
That rendition was only together for a year.
was Wyndham out and Sid was in.
So much longer.
No, actually, Tully.
Tully was out.
I believe this was around the time. This was 89. So this may have been around the time that the Brainbusters traveled up north and worked for the WWE, WWF at the time. I know they worked SummerSlam 89.
Yes.
Against the Hart Foundation. And then, Billy and I discussed this the other day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we talked about this the other day, and they wanted to come back. They came back. They signed him to come back. I don't know if you know this, Bobby. They signed him to come back. Big, big plans for him. They sign Arn. They wouldn't sign Tully because he failed a drug test in WWE. Not even their own fucking company. So a lot of people say that they just didn't want to pay him the money that he wanted or whatever. But it's like, what horse shit,
And thus enters Sid Vicious.
Big Sid. Or as his nickname was, Sidzers. No, I mean, so too soon? Too soon?
Too much?
Sorry.
I thought it was softball Sid.
Softball Sid. Sorry.
Softball Sid.
Sorry about that last comment. If you want to edit it out, I figured I'd just take a stab at it.
I thought it was Legs McVicious.
Legs McVicious. I don't know, but that's Legs. Legs. I get it now. Jesus Christ, Ed.
Yeah, what?
I was gonna say Legs McVicious. That may be my new name when I go out to the bars. What's your name? Legs McVicious. All right, you're weird. Get away from me.
All right, this one's on me.
Yeah, this one's on me. Thanks. Wait, where'd you go? I bought the drink. It's okay. I'm over here now with my friends. Leave me alone.
One of the sickest moments in wrestling history.
Oh,
all dark humor aside, was one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in the middle of a wrestling ring.
And this is way after he was in the Horsemen. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, Google
it
if you want. Google
Don't do it.
Sid Vicious leg injury, and let's compound this whole conversation.
I am pretty sure at one point I told someone about it, and I'm like, you got to see it. And I just put leg injury in Google, and it was like the top two.
Oh my God.
Was Sid Vicious.
It's awful. Don't Google Sid Vicious leg injury, and don't Google Blue Waffle. Those are the two things I don't want you to
say. It's right up there. Shit, you shouldn't Google.
I'm gonna tell Eldred to Google Sid Vicious leg injury. He'd be like, no, just give me the waffle. Give me the waffle.
One of those things isn't real. We'll leave it up to you.
Or off the rails. Eldred is fake. Sting was a member of the Horsemen. I think he was solely put into the Horsemen just so they could turn on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. Him being part of the Horsemen.
It was weird. It seemed forced.
Well, at that time, the Horsemen were face. They weren't heels for the first time.
Oh, that's true. They brought him in. They were faces. You're right. Was he next?
We should have all known better.
You're right. Exactly. Horsemen as faces? Nah. I'm switching to the Smirnoff Red, White, and Berry.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Barry Windham?
You know what? That's why I did it. Red, White, and Berry. Wyndham. Red, White, and Wyndham. That's right, because Barry was my boy. He was my boy. He was the next big star, if you will.
He's the tag team with my son. They had the tag team titles.
That's right, if you will. Dustin.
One time at WCW Saturday night.
My not so famous son. Sorry, Dustin.
I was really upset that he lost the TNA title, but anyway.
You've got the whole list. You've got the whole list there, right? Are they all of them in order? You have?
I don't think they're. Ed's the number guy today, so he has the order. I think.
I think we missed one that is easily overlooked.
Oh, we got them. Oh, I got them all. I got all the Horsemen here. Don't you worry. Who are you thinking, Bobby? What do you got?
Oh, Roma.
You know what? We're going to talk about him later. We're not there yet.
No, we're not.
Fortunately, we
No,
can,
we're not. We're not going to talk about him later.
fortunately, we can still have a good conversation because we're not there yet.
What was he
No
on?
one's going to talk about him later.
Was he on TV twice as a horseman?
Oh, he was on a while. He was on for a while.
Don't remember that.
Lucky you.
Every time WWE Network catches an episode of Nitro with him on it, they pull it. So
All I know is they were making a big to-do about, you're not going to believe who's joined the Horsemen, this, that, and the other. Out walks Paul Roma.
they were right. No one believed it.
I remember that. We're like, what the fuck? What? The jobber guy?
The young stallion.
Barry Windham comes out of nowhere and turns on him. So, oh man,
Unbelievable.
Anyway, we'll get there.
Who's next? Who's that? Wait, you're the numbers guy.
Well, we started talking about it, but yeah, Sid Vicious, Barry Windham, Ric Flair, and Arn Anderson.
Was Sting next?
Sting came actually before that, I believe. Yeah, Sting was just before that.
Wait,
And
hold on. Didn't Ole come back in at some point? He did, right?
Yeah, it was Ric Flair,
Yeah.
Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, and Sting.
Yes. Just, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, all of you who are watching, Dave and Rue, especially, we pride ourselves on the Slams and Jams. All right, for the love of wrestling and rock music, we pride ourselves on not doing. We don't want to overwhelm you with too much research. So we don't do hardly any. So we do the minimalist amount of research. So when we say, wasn't it? Oh, I think it was. That's on purpose because we want you to think about this.
Yeah, this is all organic.
This is online. This is online learning for you. This is a class.
Even my robes are all organic. These are chicken feathers.
Right.
Actually. They
Right.
still smell like a coop.
Oh, coop.
Found an egg in my pocket.
Is it going jing-a-ling-a-ling?
Jingle, jingle, ling, ling. So after the Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Barry Windham's Vicious rendition, that brings us a huge fast forward. Because that was 1990, and it would be 3 years before we see another rendition of the Four Horsemen. In 1993, we had Ric Flair and Arn Anderson reuniting once again.
Yes.
And joining them this time, once again, would be Ole Anderson with more of a ringside role and the unfortunate addition of Paul Roma.
Was that on the Flair for the? Was he debuted on the Flair for the Gold?
I don't know.
Do you remember Flair for the Gold, his talk show?
I do.
Wait.
Nothing at all against Paul Roma as a person or anything like that, but after coming from just being a jobber and having that one run with Jim Powers as a tag team, that doesn't live up to the hype that they gave him. I don't understand who was thinking that.
I don't know. It was so weird.
I've been seeing a lot of articles as of late that claim, and most of which are, if you guys remember, Paul Roma going into business for himself against Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright. I've been seeing that pop up a lot, and in those articles, a lot of people are calling him a former WWF Tag Team Champion. I want to make it clear: at no point did Paul Roma, with any tag team partner, ever win the WWF Tag Team title.
Probably Paul Roma probably held no title ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Except asshole.
I can give
maybe the Alabama Junior Heavyweight Championship.
No, Mike Jackson still remains the champion to this day at 76 years old. Let me ask you this: two things. Wait.
And I'm the numbers guy.
One thing. We're gonna take a short little detour because I mentioned Flair for the Gold, the talk show. Most famous moment ever on Flair for the Gold, and go.
Oh my fucking God. Fell on his fucking face.
The debut of the Shockmaster. He fucking fell.
Word.
You can hear Bulldog go, he fucking fell. It's the greatest shit ever. And you know
I
what?
don't know what we just saw.
And you know what? It made him more famous than he ever was before that.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when they came out with the figure of the Shockmaster? And it was upside down in the package. So good. So good.
But could you imagine though, like how much his stock would have plummeted had he not tripped through that wall?
Right.
Honestly, like
Right.
they have just,
Oh
like,
my God.
Everyone would be like, "Oh my God, this wrestler spray painted a stormtrooper's helmet and wrestling in it. This is ridiculously stupid."
I mean, that's like Paul
Because-
Roma joining the Horsemen. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
they
much.
should come out with a 2-pack.
It's like if they had like we talked about Rollins Group. Paul Heyman's, we're adding another member. And here he is. Gilbert. What? What? No, it's not. Not even Gilbert, because he was over at one point. Barry Hardy. That old dick. All right, so I have some more Horsemen on my list. Who else you got there, fella? You Mr. Time Frame there.
Well, after 1993 and
Well,
after the
You should talk in an AI voice. After 1993,
93.
Paul Rome. Dude, I was watching.
They messed up everything.
We were watching this. We're hooked on these metal bands of the 80s, you know, and it's the total AI voice. It's like number 4, Dokken. Dokken was a band led by lead singer Don Dokken, but I'm like, hold on, I paused it. I'm like, he just fucking said the name of the band. It's his fucking name. Here's Dokken with lead singer Don Dokken. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
These people inputting the information have to spell it phonetically.
So bad.
You
All right,
think
go ahead,
they'd listen to it before they post it too, you know?
Right, you think.
Let's proof this before. I'm not that one lasted less than a year. That formation only lasted 8 months.
Thank God.
And then again we had a hiatus. We had a Horseman hiatus, as it were. And so that ending, you know, into 93. In 95, they would come back together again. But this time it would be Chris Benoit, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Brian Pillman.
Now hold on a second. Is this when they did the Flair return angle? When did Flair go to WWF? FE.
93.
So this is when he came back. Do you remember that? They were all out there. They were having a celebration, and they were all dressed to the nines, and they were in the ring. And I know Benoit was there. I know Malenko was there. I know Arn was there because he was talking, and he was you remember this, Bobby. They were all in the ring, and he was announcing them all, and he goes, all right, that's it. He goes, wait a minute. I forgot somebody. What a goof. Did your boy Ric Flair? And the place went ape shit. It's when Flair, because remember when Flair left, he had heat with Bischoff. And he came back, and he came to the ring, and that's when he returned to WCW, and then Bischoff came in the aisle, and him and Bischoff, fire me! I'm already fired! Fire me! I'm already
We took his shoes off.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was freaking, what a great segment. If you can watch anything out of this whole show that we're doing right now, watch that. That is a gold segment right there. For sure.
Can you just get that? Like I heard it in my head in Jay Lethal's voice for some reason.
Best impersonation ever.
That's my line. So great. So fucking great.
I did that in Charlotte when I went to the Marvelous 3 show, and I got pulled up on stage. And when they told me to get off the stage, I I started freaking out, and my wig fell off. So I dropped an elbow on it, and the whole place erupted. I got a video of that, man. I'll put it up here.
Oh my God, that's
Pretty goddamn
amazing.
funny. Yeah, I was like, what? And wig goes flying. Everyone laughs, and I run, and I just drop an elbow. Crowd's like, yeah. You had to flare it.
That's awesome.
Up next, after the Pillman Benoit, that one was probably the second longest
Really?
version of the Horsemen that we ever saw. That almost 2 years.
Hold on a second.
Just shy.
We're forgetting someone. I think I mentioned him a minute ago. But Pillman Benoit. Pillman Benoit, was Malenko in with them? Was Malenko in with Pillman?
Came in 98.
He came later.
Yeah, so he was at the next rendition was Benoit, Malenko, Mongo McMichael, and Ric Flair, and yeah.
I have my own opinions.
If you're gonna spew,
you know what? As it's on my screen right now, I don't know how it's gonna show, but that was perfect. You had the cup right under his head.
Yeah, but it's not going to be in the same spot. So
I'll make it in the same.
Oh, by the way, Ed.
Yeah.
This. Oh, you know what? I just noticed my video. This is some behind the scenes stuff. My video right now is backwards. Do you guys see can you read my shirt the right way or the backwards?
The right way.
Are you serious? Because I'm looking at it backwards. You know, sometimes it shows up on the show backwards.
Well, I think it's just how our cameras are because my shirt is backwards, but you guys can.
Yeah, but I see yours. I see yours straight. See what I did there?
Yeah.
I see Bobby straight. His head, but mine's backwards. All right. Okay. So make sure so my Kiss poster is over my right shoulder right now. It's over my right shoulder. Do with that information what you need to do.
Well, I'll just read the words on your shirt if they're backwards.
Oh, look, it's the Nem Straw.
Oh, I'm not so good with letters. What do you say about the Kiss thing?
Eta Emistra.
Why do we have a problem with Mongo McMichael?
Well, I'll tell you a story. I'll jump in.
Yes, you will.
Oh, do we got a story?
That was your
Mr.
cue.
Kate, Mr. Kate, me, Mr. Kate.
That was your cue, my friend.
So Bobby and I go to a wrestling show in Binghamton with our friend Patty, and I may have mentioned. Did I not tell the Iron Sheik story before with Patty? I thought I told it on the show. If not, I'll tell it sometime. So we went to a show in Binghamton with our friend Patty and her friend. I think her name was Patty too, wasn't it? The blonde lady? Yeah. So we're out there and we go after the show. We're marks, we're younger. We're marks. We go to the hotel to go to the bar to check out where all the wrestlers are hanging out and stuff. And couple things that I remember from that night. One, remember Luger and Sting were standing at the end of the bar and they were talking and they wouldn't let any people come over. Oh, hey. And Luger just kept waving people away. Like, kind of like in his Lex Express days. Get the fuck out of here. I remember that part. So our friend Patty, we're up at the bar, looking to get a drink or whatever. And Mongo's there. And we're being cool to him. We're like, oh, we're not like marking out, but we're like, oh, hey, how you doing, man? Good. He's talking to Patty and he's like, well, who's this right here? Points to me because I'm standing with her. She goes, oh, that's my friend Bill. He goes, you're way out of your league. And I'm like,
so were you
now this is one of those moments where you're in an argument with somebody and then a fucking half hour later after it's over, you're like, fuck, why didn't I say?
Yeah.
Bob always said, I think Bob said it. He goes, you should have said to him, oh, you're in the Horsemen? You're way out of your league. Totally should have used that line. Fuck.
Yeah.
So pissed. But yeah, ever since that day, I'm like, fuck Mongo.
I feel for you.
What a dick.
I feel for you.
It wasn't even like, being a mark boy. I was just being super nice to him. I was like, okay, that's cool. Listen, this may be controversial. Fuck Mongo McMichael. Sorry.
Ooh.
Well, he's passed now, so but whatever.
I honestly, yeah, and to his family and all, like
No, it's I'm not
all
happy
the
that he's
best to
gone
them,
and he
but-
passed, and he went through some shit. He went through fucking,
yeah.
that was awful how he passed, and I don't wish that upon anybody. I'm actually in real life, in real life, in shoot life. No, I'm a nice person. I don't wish that upon anybody. But
No, and I wouldn't
don't-
think you would, but like,
just don't be
I
an
never-
asshole in your life. You know what I mean? I'm not, whatever.
And I think I've always felt he was way out of his league as a horse. Like,
Yeah.
why is he in here? Is this an Eric Bischoff thing? Because at that point the internet was out and the dirt sheets were leaked, and people started getting a grasp as to what who Eric Bischoff was and who he was paling up with and who he was tagging along with.
Right.
He could grab onto Jay Leno, or he could grab onto Dennis Rodman, all these famous people and everything. I'm like, is that what's going on there? Like, was he just bringing in an NFL player because he
Bro,
could, or maybe
and then they made him one of the commentators every week. I'm like, are you fucking
Yeah.
what? With Pepe. Remember Pepe, his dog?
Oh,
It's like,
He had Pepe.
so no,
We're paying this guy millions of dollars. We might as well use him. Okay, just
Yeah.
why don't you follow? I know he wasn't around then, but why don't you follow the Tony Khan system? Just let him sit home and pay him.
as long as they didn't let Mr. Fuji near him, he'd be fine.
Oh my God.
Near Pepe, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Pepe would be not there anymore. Anyways,
and that's as far as I am aware, that was the last rendition.
well, you are missing a couple horsemen. A couple meaning two. There was another horseman for a short
It got
time.
really watered down at this point.
There was another horseman for a short time who was one of the greatest professional wrestlers in his time. Left us way too soon. He was I'll give you a hint. He hates rap. We're going to talk about Kurt Hennig, Mr.
Forgot
Perfect.
about
Kurt
Hennig
Hennig.
being in on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, what that
I
was
don't
after
remember it at
Mondo.
all.
Yep.
I don't remember Hennig at all.
They did a cage.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what?
I think they
I'm
did
seeing it
I
in
think
my
they did
head
a
now.
cage spot where he slammed somebody's head in the cage or something to turn, and that's when he joined the Horsemen.
In my head now, as you mentioned it,
Wait.
as a horse-
You know when Hennig joined the Horsemen? When Arn stepped down. You can have my
He got
spot.
hurt.
You can have my spot.
When
He gave him his spot. That was his whole thing, his spot. Because that's the interview. He did that interview basically passing the torch of the Horsemen to Hennig when he got hurt and he couldn't wrestle anymore. And that's the interview that sparked the spoof interview from Kevin Nash that he got heat for. My spot,
Yeah.
bald spot, liver spot. Remember that? When he dressed up like Arn? That's the interview that sparked that spoof interview. So that's when Kurt joined. And then you're missing one more. And I'm going to give you a hint. I'm not going to tell you his name. I'm going to spell his name for you. It's JEFF
Double F.
JARRET Double J. Jeff Jarrett.
I was unaware of that.
Ting. He has
I
the
don't remember Jarrett.
Mm-hmm. He was in.
Jarrett being in the NWO when they had NWO. Was it black and silver?
Well,
They were coming out with different colors. Of,
Oh, in the Vince Russo era of the NWO. Yeah.
And Scott Steiner.
I honestly had that NWO, the black and silver shirt. I don't know.
Did
why I
ya?
spent money. I did.
like you were going to say, Billy, everybody was in the NWO.
Everybody was in the
Yeah.
NWO. Virgil
Yeah.
was in the NWO. Oh, sorry. What was his name? Vincent was in the NWO. All right, boys. What is the some big Horseman moments? I think we touched upon a couple of them. The initial one where Arn spewed out the four horsemen of the apocalypse side. That was the beginning of the whole run with that. I loved, and this is just more of a Flair thing than a Horseman thing, but he would come out and he would say all this shit, and then the fucking other guys would just be like, sometimes just look at each other going, oh, can't believe you said that. You know, you could just tell by their looks going, okay, yeah, but I mean, meeting that, yeah. Ladies, meet us at the Sheraton, Philadelphia. He's like, you would give out specific places where they'd be after the show, and it's hilarious.
How about the
now we got to stay somewhere else.
You don't want to hear it.
Back in the TBS studios, that's right. What about
20 people yelling? We don't want to hear it.
20 people. We got a packed crowd here today in the studios. We touched upon the Flair's return when he came out. Fire me! I'm already fired. That was a huge moment.
Oh, that was ginormous. Man.
Yep.
That'll live in infamy.
Yep.
I always have obscure ones, man. Like what was it? Wrestle War? Was it Wrestle War 90?
Go on.
Wrestle War 90, I think it was, with Luger and Flair in a cage, and I think Luger had him in the rack. And it was like they were building Luger to, take this belt from him. And
is that when they they stopped the match because of blood?
No, the cage came up, and then it shows Ole at ringside, and he beat up the guy that. Remember they had the cage.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that now.
The guy that had the controller, and he was raising the cage, so then all the horsemen could run in. That may have also been. Maybe it wasn't. I think it might have been the night. I want to say that was like a Halloween Havoc, but the one with RoboCop or Capital Combat or something like that.
I think RoboCop was Capital Combat. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Sting was still on crutches or something. Yeah, like they were going to attack Sting. I remember because he was still on crutches. He had just got knee surgery.
Yep.
And but to me as a kid, I was like, I didn't know what was going on. It was still real to me, damn it. So I was like, oh my god, how do you get the thing? How do you get the cage up? Like, the fuck, Ole? Like, what are you doing? And,
it's crazy.
Waiting for Luger to finally win his big one, And then lost it. But yeah, little things like that, man, always popped me when I was a kid about the Horsemen because, like I said, they always had a way. They always had a way to get that guy.
Yep.
Always had a way to keep that belt in the family.
Do you? Let me ask you this because I thought about this earlier, and I was gonna bring 10 pounds of gold with me, but was 10 pounds of gold ever? Did he ever hold that in the Horsemen? I think he had big gold by then, right?
Jeez, that's a good question.
Flair?
Yeah. I think
he had 10 pounds.
Yeah, I know he had it, but in the Horsemen. I think the Horsemen.
Yeah, he had it when he was in the Horsemen.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'm pretty sure.
I gotta look into that. I have
then if the original was an 85.
Hold please. Talk amongst yourself. Here's a subject. The Four Horsemen. Discuss.
One thing we haven't talked about, Eddie, and I want Billy in on this too, but Baby Doll was a big part of the Horsemen.
Yes. Oh my God. And
people forget that.
That's yeah. We need to discuss. There were some women.
I saw your lips.
And the Four Horsemen.
What are you talking about? Baby Doll?
My lips.
We talk about Baby Doll?
What do you got? Stop calling me that.
Baby Doll.
Stop calling me that.
I guess I could look. I guess I could check it into the 10 pounds of gold book that I have here.
Oh, very nice.
What would you look under? It's not like AI. You can ask AI. I mean, they would tell you in a minute.
Ric Flair held the 10 pounds of gold. Ric Flair.
Yeah, I mean, we have Google nowadays, but I love his effort that he's going to look this up in a book.
I'm not going to look it up right now.
Don't know.
What people?
Kids,
people of a certain age are. What is that? What is a book?
Kids, this is what we call
book? What the hell's a book?
Book. This is what we call a publication.
That's almost shaped like my Chromebook. It's kind of the same size.
Those pages, those are thin.
What the heck? Why is there paper inside his Chromebook? It's so weird. Like totally.
Oh my God! You have to read it. Doesn't read it.
Oh my
to
God.
you?
So, I think I heard you saying the women that were involved, or let's change that to like
yeah, baby dolls specifically we brought up.
baby doll. Later on, now was it after the Horsemen when Woman and Elizabeth? Yeah, Elizabeth had nothing to do with the Horsemen. It was after. Okay. JJ obviously was a subdivision of the Horsemen.
And it was good to have other people out there so they could get involved in the matches.
Absolutely.
I mean, it wasn't like they just stood there and did nothing like some managers do.
I pulled a couple things.
Well, we haven't brought up one of the most integral women in the Four Horsemen. Miss Nancy, woman herself.
Yes, sir.
Would accompany Ric Flair to the ring.
Yes, sir.
And became, in my opinion anyway, one of the, fifth Four Horsemen.
Yes.
She did.
Was she
one of my favorites of all time?
Mine too. Was she ever in the Four Horsemen with JJ?
I don't know that she would. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, was she even part of the Horseman group, or was it after?
It was definitely around the 90s. I would say 1990. That'd be a good Google. You got the Googs open there?
I got the Wix. open.
The Wix. I'd be interested to know that. I am almost positive she was.
Let me ask you this. Go ahead.
Walk into Google and
my first introduction to the Horsemen was around that time. Was around 1990 or so, and she was always with Flair.
Oh my God! I just saw, looking at the Wix, I just saw they were talking about Mongo in there, and I just saw the name Kevin Green. Oh, that's another one. Jesus Christ. What about another? Now we're talking about not members, but sub people that were attached to the Horsemen. What about Charles Robinson? Little Nate. Yeah, I know he wasn't part of it, but Little Nate, she was almost like a subsidiary of. Oh my God, do you guys remember when it was so dumb? Fuck Vince Russo, but thank you, Vince Russo. When they made Flair crazy and go to the insane asylum, and every week they would have him from the asylum. Oh boy, like 99, 2000 era. Oh my God.
I try to forget that.
Yeah, it sometimes surprises me that
Flair's
own a fucking Pizza Hut.
Wait, I have it right here. Hold on. In early 99, the Horsemen turned heel again. Mongo had recently departed the wrestling world, thank God, and they were down to Benoit, Malenko, Flair, and Arn as the manager. They also had a referee biased to them, Charles Robinson, whom members of the Horsemen even referred to as Little Nature Boy, due to his resemblance to Flair. Flair's personal nurse, Double D, a.k.a. Asia. I remember Asia?
Yeah.
That big muscle blonde girl. Acted as an enforcer for the group, and Ric Flair's son David Flair, who wrestled with them and wore Horseman shirts throughout, was never official member.
Asia was WCW's answer to China,
right?
Which
exactly.
Name-wise was so awful.
Asia, China. I don't understand what they mean. What do they mean?
Meanwhile, in ECW, Japan debuts.
Right. Oh, I forgot about this.
Kimono Wanalea danced atop the ECW arena.
So weird. Reunions at StarCast. Check this out. Reunions at StarCast 2022. StarCast being StarCast would be Conrad Thompson's convention that he does. The four Horsemen reunited. That July, Arn Anderson secured the copyrights to the Four Horsemen name and images. A tag team consisting of his son Brock Anderson and Brian Pillman Jr., son of the late Horseman Brian Pillman. Did we talk about Pillman? Yeah, we did. Representing the Four Horsemen was announced to wrestle at the Jim Crockett Promotions Ric Flair's last match, with Arn Anderson managing, signaling a possible full-time return of the faction. legacy. The original Four Horsemen, widely regarded as the greatest pro wrestling stable of all time, were innovative in developing and popularizing the concept of heel stables. On the 2007 Four Horsemen DVD, commentator Jim Ross stated, quote, "Without the Horsemen, there would damn sure be no NWO or DX." I've heard him say that. That's and damn right, you are absolutely right. Then they talk about Evolution being like a obviously a mock of, not a mock, but like a try to redo of the Horsemen. Let's talk about this. We talked about this earlier. Oh, wait, one more thing. The Extreme Horsemen, professional wrestling stable in Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling, later Major League Wrestling, disbanded in 2004. The group's name was an homage to the Four Horsemen. The group came together in Dusty Rose's Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling. It was Steve Carino and the Enforcer C.W. Anderson, joined by former ECW superstars Justin Credible and Simon Diamond. Briefly managed by former Four Horsemen manager J.J. Dillon.
Yeah, one of my favorite factions.
Wow.
To come out of like the new age of wrestling.
That's
but
kind of
I've
cool.
always been a big CW fan. Billy, you can remember when we had our first pay-per-view. 2CW had their first pay-per-view weekend, the 2 shows there. And the first show, the first one, it all became, we were all aware of this going down.
Yeah.
They asked who we'd like to see at it. And I was one of the first people to post, you can't spell 2CW without CW, and put a picture of CW handed.
That's awesome.
And Chris Lovin still laughs to this day about like how his music hit. And I was like the only person there that knew it.
You're like, yeah.
And I was standing and jumping on the guardrail.
Was that the Utica show?
It was the first. Yeah. And everyone else was just like, who's this?
That was the first. That was the first 2CW pay-per-view.
Yeah, I believe
was that
so.
Water?
Yeah, it was like a weekend.
Watertown?
It wasn't the Watertown. No, it was the show the night before.
Gotcha. Watertown was.
There were 2 shows that week.
Watertown was Bob's favorite show. When he busted his ass, he wrecked his ankle or whatever it was.
I'm still not right from that.
Jesus.
That was an amazing night, man. Amazing.
Let's
night.
Let's touch upon this, guys. The Four Horsewomen. Now,
I wanted to touch on that. I was going to bring it up, so I'm glad you did.
There were 2 sets of Four Horsewomen. One, 2 groups that called themselves the Four Horsewomen. I don't know which group you're talking about, Bob, but there was the NXT Four Horsewomen of Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch. They called themselves the Four Horsewomen, not on TV or anything, but behind the scenes and you know, yeah.
And then there was a UFC version.
Yes, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Jessamyn Duke, and Marina Shafir. Yep.
And
Ronda, we all know who Ronda is. Shayna just got released by WWE. She was around forever. Yeah. Jessamyn Duke, who knows what she's doing. And then Marina Shafir, a current member of the Death Riders right now in AEW.
Yeah, with Mox. Yeah.
Yep.
I just never understand why they didn't have Tessa Blanchard as part of it, because it was before all the controversy with her.
I'll tell you why, because Tessa, we coming for you.
Tell me you did not just say that.
It was way before that controversy happened, and like she had come in and wrestled in the tournaments and everything.
Yeah.
And they would have easily brought her in with Charlotte, but obviously there was some heat somewhere.
I think she had heat. I think if you I've seen people come right out and talk about like Chelsea Green has come right out and makes no bones about how she feels about Tessa Blanchard. She makes no bones about it. She comes right out and just come out and say it, whatever. It is weird that there's a Charlotte Flair and a Tessa Blanchard that exists and they've never been like put together in a group. It's just very strange. Yeah.
There was actually a time in WWE where they had all the makings, all the gears were in place to where they could have had a 4 Horsewomen WWE versus 4 Horsewomen UFC.
Yeah.
And no one pulled the trigger on that. And I waited like you start seeing people go their separate ways and go in different places, different companies, and their focuses go to different things. And it blew my mind that you had this huge opportunity. And maybe it's based on the fact that as we know, Vince McMahon will plan these years out a year ahead of time,
and work backwards.
And maybe it just wasn't in that Rolodex of
right.
from A to Z that we were going to work in. But man, like, what a dropped opportunity that is to me. Like,
I thought it was going to happen too, and I really thought that was something they were going to do.
Now let me ask you this:
maybe they had ideas to do it, and it just never came to fruition.
Even though it's women, the word is women. Do you think maybe they couldn't use the word Four Horsewomen because I read just a minute ago that Arn Anderson grabbed the copyright for Four Horsemen? Maybe that's had something to do with it. I don't know. But are you talking about around the time when Ronda was first starting to come in, where she's at ringside at WrestleMania and she's there with all the other girls, and that's when Rock called her in and she had the stare down or whatever with the face off with Stephanie?
That. She had a few matches to that point, and I believe two of the four were already under contract and wrestling in WWE, and the other was always in photos with them.
Right.
Or in WWE publication even. They would always show photos
right.
So they had all the components.
I think they named them all when they showed them on camera. There she's there with UFC stars, blah 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 blah. Named them all.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think I know what you're saying. At the same time, Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, and Bayley were they still all in NXT at that time, or was Charlotte up by then? Or I think they all came up. Two of them came up together, and then the other ones waited a while. Yeah.
I feel like they did come up. I'm not sure about Becky.
Yeah, but you're right. That was a missed opportunity. That could have been even if it was just a one-off. Even if they put those guys down if they were still in NXT, even if they sent those guys down to NXT, to have a little program with them or something. What do you think, Rick?
Woo! Look at that.
Ashley is the greatest wrestler of all time. Woo!
I actually, the last, I do all the different glue mods and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one I was working on was that exact Ric Flair with that robe.
Dude, this is like my favorite. I think this is probably my favorite. This one, and then I have one with that robe that you're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And those are my two favorite ones because of the robe. Those are awesome. And then, of course, when they came out with this, I was like, holy shit, you got to be shitting me. The suited Ric Flair. Oh, there goes the belt. You have now lost the belt. Yeah, but the suited Nature Boy. The Horseman.
Nice.
The Horseman in interviews, Nature Boy. I got some...
I have those alligator shoes.
You got a hard time keeping them down. I got some couple little trinkets to show you. I got the Arn Anderson.
I have that.
Arn Anderson Forever book. It's a decent read. I do have another one that he wrote with his daughter, with Charlotte. It was weird. Flair and Charlotte came out with a book together, and it's like them back and forth talking. It's weird. But I have like 3 copies of this for some reason. One of them's autographed. This is not the one that's autographed, but I've got Flair. This is a decent read. Couldn't wait till that came out. That was fun. I showed you the 10 pounds of gold. And then this one here I've never read, but Tim Hornbaker, who is an awesome author, writes a lot about different people. He came out with The Last Real World Champion, Legacy of Nature Boy Ric Flair. That's a cool book, too. I just need time in my life to be able to read.
I like that cover better than the original autobiography they released.
Yeah, that cover is awesome. Yeah, that is cool.
Is it a good time to rate the Horsemen then?
Yes. I got one more thing to show you. I can't, since I'm showing you books, I can't, hold please, hold please, hold please. I got you. Okay, hold on. The Four Horsemen, A Timeline History.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, by Dick Bourne.
How cool is that?
Dick Bourne. Diamonds are forever, and so are the Four Horsemen. A lot of the shit that we were talking about. A lot of the shit we were talking about, I probably could have. I think so. I think he was an old. Oh wait, look what I just found in the Four Horsemen book. Hold. Oh. Picture of big gold.
Oh,
Or no, excuse me, a
nice.
picture of 10 pounds. Picture of 10 pounds.
So there's the answer.
There's the answer. All right, let's talk
Yeah,
about him. What do you want to talk about?
I'm gonna rank them.
Let's go. My number one is well, just because he was in every formation of the Horsemen, Ric Flair.
Who?
You.
Who?
Who? No, not
here
Jim,
come
no,
the
not
owls.
not Jim Knight, not Jim Neidhart. Ric Flair. Who?
Who?
Bob, who's your? Haha. see
What
I
an
did there?
obscure reference. It's even obscure for him.
Obscure for him. You don't remember it anymore anyway. Oh, too soon.
Aw,
Sorry, Natty.
sound like retaliation.
What? Retaliation. Bob, you're number one. I think you gave us a little preview earlier that it's not Ric Flair. Who's your number one?
It's not Ric Flair. I mean, Ric Flair is on my
Wait,
Mount Rushmore.
I already know who Bob's favorite is because he was one of his favorite wrestlers of all time, period. Tully Blanchard, if you will.
Absolutely.
Tully
I'm a
Blanchard.
Tully guy.
Anytime we would be the Horsemen in the backyard on the mattresses, Bob would be like, I'm Tully. And me and Derek would fight over Flair.
Let's be clear. We'd wrestle on the mattresses out in the.
That's right. That's right.
They
We
the
were
pads.
backyard wrestling. No trampolines
We used to
needed.
get crowds up
Old
along-
mattresses with a tarp over the top of it.
We used to get crowds of people watching up along my fence
Yep.
because the house borders on Heritage Park. So
There would literally be people from the park coming over and watching our backyard wrestling cards at the fence. It was awesome. Like, shit, we got it. Come on, let's go. We got him going. Come on, let's take it home. Let's get him going. Come on, we got him up. We're getting a road warrior. Pop.
So yeah, I'm a Tully guy,
He's a
and
Tully guy.
no, I'm not going to defend. I'm not going to defend Tessa Blanchard in the least bit because I think a lot of the things about her that we found out are despicable.
Yeah.
And so that is what it is. But I brought her up just because I thought she should have been part of that whole.
No,
Four Horsemen
it was a missed opportunity, but I think that's her own doing. You know what I mean? That's her
I
fault.
agree.
That's her fault.
Now that we know what we know, yeah.
Right.
Probably.
What about my next? I'm gonna go. I gotta go with Arn. I gotta go with Arn next. I gotta go with Arn.
I never got one.
No, wait. You said. I thought you said woo. I thought you were saying Flair. I thought you did
No,
say
I
Flair.
was just going with you. You know what?
You
let
fucker.
me do mine.
You're
Let
such
me
an
do
asshole.
mine.
I hate you.
Let me do
Because
mine.
here we
You
go.
do yours,
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's 10
All right.
seconds wasted on this son of a bitch. I knew it.
Don't get me wrong, Flair's on my Mount Rushmore, but just in the Horsemen, I like Tully's. The way he came out, the red belt with the TV title, was it? With the red strap and
Yes.
everything.
One of my favorite belts ever, too.
Yeah, mine
it was
too.
silver,
Remember,
too.
I
It was
always-
silver
Yep,
instead
it
of
was
gold.
silver.
Loved that.
He always had like oversized sunglasses on, like double the size of what you're wearing. And it was like he always had the big.
He had them in the picture that I got taken with him, actually.
Nice. You know what? Let's go with our second. Ed, you go first this time. I don't want to forget you.
Woo! No, I'm just kidding.
Number 1 and 2.
David Flair.
My second is the same as yours.
Arn. I mean, there's no
Arn. The Enforcer.
there's no Horseman, and I guess there was down there, but I mean, in my opinion, there's no Horseman without Flair or Arn. Okay,
And I
Flair
learned-
here. Ready? I'm gonna coin. Okay, quote me on this. Flair and Arn are the Paul and Gene of the Four Horsemen.
Well said. Well done,
Yeah.
sir.
Yep.
Well done. I think Tully would be Ace.
Yeah.
And everyone else would be Peter.
Oh, we're having a connection problem here. Hold on. Well, that's it for Slams and Jams. Not just this episode, ever. You mother. You wait till next week when we do our Kiss episode. Oops, I've said too much. Bobby, you're next in line.
Number 2 is Flair.
Number 2 is okay. All right. Wow, Arn's not even in the top 2. All right. I'm gonna go with. Want me to do my number 3 now? We don't have to take forever with this. Barry. I like Barry as a horseman. Barry was cool. Barry as a face. Barry as a face was good. He was white meat baby face, blah, blah, blah. But when he turned heel, and I think that was Barry's first venture as a heel, it was badass. I loved it. It was like he was like a younger, quicker, better looking version of his dad. It was good. Good shit. Good shit. Somebody go. And go.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Number 3. Are we on 3?
Yes, sir.
I think we are. That would be Arn.
I knew Arn was coming. I guess we don't have to do them all. We don't have to rank them all. I could give you my bottom 2. It's probably all of our bottom 2. Do we all have the same bottom 2?
Yes.
I probably don't.
What?
I'm going to be out on the limb here.
Okay, hold on. You probably
2?
don't. Wait a minute. All right, I'm just gonna put it right the fuck out there, and I'm gonna speak for Bob because me and Bob, we should be a boy band because we're in sync. Bob and I's bottom 2 are Mongo McMichael and Paul fucking Roma. If you have anybody under them, you're nuts.
When you said bottom 2, I thought
I could see where somebody might say that Sting didn't really belong there. I could definitely see that.
If somebody put Sting, no matter how long, if he was in the Horsemen for 1 minute, they put him under Paul Roma or Mongo.
Yeah, there's no way. To me, there's no way. To you, there's no way.
I thought we were ranking them like top 4. So when you said bottom 2, I still hadn't done my last 2.
No, we're putting them all. We're not doing a Rushmore. We're doing them all in. Just all of them.
From top to bottom.
Yeah, there's too many to do all of them. So we'll do your bottom 2.
Oh, well, I would take all of those. I don't know. That's hard to do.
You got to do 3
obviously.
and 4. You got to do 3, and the rest of it, we all got to do 4. We got way off track.
All right. I thought we were saying like we're ranking them from best to very worst.
No, we are
not top 4.
No, we are.
Oh.
But we were starting at the best,
but
instead of going through all like 15 fucking choices for time reasons, we did the first let's do our number 4.
He's got to do 3.
Do your 3.
I've done 3.
Do your 3.
My number 3 would definitely be with you, Barry Windham.
Nice.
But my number 4 was probably gonna be different than everyone else's. But
go ahead with your 4. Start off the 4s.
You want to start with the 4? I'm going to go with Brian Pillman because I think he had the credibility that all Horsemen had, being that he had been there since the early 80s. He had been there throughout the whole stretch of things.
Nice.
But he brought this like dynamic that was like, again, not to coin a phrase, but he was the loose cannon. And that's something the Horsemen never had before. He had the credibility, but at the same time, he had a little bit of a character that no one else ever had in the Horsemen.
I love that. I love that reasoning. I love it. Bobby, your number 4.
This is a tough one for me. Because I love Barry Windham again as a wrestler, doing other things. But I can't make him my number 4. I'm gonna have to go with Lex Luger for number 4. I think he was a better fit. I think when I think Horseman, I think Luger over Ole, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Wow.
Strange that you say that. But we're ranking them now individually. My favorite faction of 4 were Flair, Arn, Tully, and Ole. If we're ranking them individually, I know it's weird because I said 3 of them, but if we're ranking them individually, I gotta go with Bob, and I gotta say Luger. Because his presence, his look, he was the newbie, like we said. He was the guy that he was like the apprentice kind of almost, but he had some big time fucking match. He definitely fit. He definitely fit for sure. Yep. What about those bottom two, Ed?
What was that? I would have to say for my bottom two.
We're going to be in another country together in a week, so you keep in mind you might not make it back over the border.
Was the well, definitely Mongo McMichael was definitely
sure.
on there. The very last, what the hell was his name?
He's such a dick.
Jesus, Bombshell something. Bombshell Bart.
Are you putting me under Paul Roma, you motherfucker? I'm one of the old stallions.
No, definitely. Paul Roma.
Yeah, I mean, literally, there's like, if anybody out there is ranking the Horsemen best to worst, those two have to be at the bottom. They have to be.
Yeah.
Unless they're like a Da Bears fan, and then they're like, oh, no,
Like-
Mongo's number one. Like, all right.
I
go
was
away.
today years old when I found out that Jeff Jarrett was a Horseman.
Right.
And he's
You
still,
said that.
he's still a better
He's
horseman.
I had no idea he was a horseman. He was a great
Roma.
horseman compared to Paul Roma and Mongo. That's great.
I'm just kidding, because right behind me here,
Oh, shit. Here we go. Oh, that's right.
is one of the greatest horsemen of all time.
God damn it.
Of all time. Look at that.
The
And
only
all of his
person
glory.
you're lit all his glory. I see. Oh, you got the power for these jokes. I can honestly say you're the only person in the entire universe that I actually personally know that has a
That
Paul
has
Roma
that.
figure. Yes. You should be real proud of yourself. You know what Paul Roma is?
$5 richer because
Paul
someone
Roma's
bought me
a-
that fucking
Egg sucking dog. You ain't sucking dog, Paul Roma. It's gonna.
It sounds personal, but it's really not personal with Paul Roma. I mean, he very well could be a great guy, but
You know what?
I
Though?
just
But you
he's
know
only
what?
at a wrestling school right now.
If you look up on the Google machine, Roma's talk shit about Flair and the Horsemen, and Flair's talk shit about him too. Flair did not like that, him being in there. Look it up.
Oh,
It's
wow.
it's fascinating.
I watched just a couple days ago. There was a video I watched. It was a skit basically, but it was him at the wrestling school that he runs or teaches at. It's him and a couple other people, and this kid went up and called him an old man and slapped him in the face, and they went in the ring and took a couple bumps. It was,
Really?
he could still go. He can still wrestle. He's still in great shape and everything. But yeah, I don't know, man. I was never,
someday he will be the Alabama junior heavyweight champion.
one day.
Not if Mike Jackson
day.
has anything to say about that.
I'm taking this thing off.
When Mike
Fucking-
when Mike Jackson passes, R.I.P. If that happens, when that happens, the Alabama Junior Heavyweight Championship is getting buried with him. It will then be defunct after that. No longer. It'll be no longer.
I honestly don't think it was ever a real title,
How dare
to
you?
be honest.
How dare
I don't. I think they made the whole thing.
Don't you ever disparage the commentary of Gordon Soley.
It was an inside joke. There was some
Alabama
kind of
Junior
inside
Heavyweight
joke.
Champion. I got one more thing to show, boys, before we go.
All right, what do we got?
Got me a
Yeah.
hey. I hate the fact that this is what they printed up for them to sign, but the 4 Horsemen +1. But I went to a convention years ago, and it is a signed by Flair, Arn, JJ, Tully, and Ole.
Wow.
And yeah,
Bro.
it's fucking badass. That's one of my prized possessions in my collection right there. Yeah, that's awesome.
God.
I'll give you an oh hell yeah for that.
Yeah. And that's when I got some pictures with these guys that day. I'll show you. I'll send them over to you. You could pop them up, Ed. I got pictures individually with all of them. at the signing. Oli looks thrilled to death to be there, just by the way. And then, of course, I got a picture. I could send you this too, but I just flash it up here. A picture with one of the Horsemen right there, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
That's J-E, double
J-
F, J, double R-E, double T.
And this is when Bob and I, along with Devastating Derek, were members of the Four Horsemen. I told you, Ric Flair was
No,
in
but
every.
you guys didn't believe he was down there eating. No, you didn't want to show up.
I told you,
almost didn't.
Ric Flair was in every incarnation of the Horsemen, including this one with when Bob and I were in briefly. Wait, we got to do our. So I was in the Horsemen, and you ranked me underneath. Oh, I see. So you knew I was in, and you ranked me underneath those guys. You son of a bitch. Now it's real, Ed. Now it just got real. You bastard. All right, that's. I think that's gonna do it for our Horseman episode. This is fun talking about some of our good times, good times. I think I kind of dabbled it earlier. Should we talk about what's coming up on one of the upcoming episodes? I believe, possibly, probably the next one.
You wanted the best, and you got the best. The hottest man in the world. Yeah!
Peter Chris, right there behind me. There he is. Best member of the band, right there. Giving away I'm giving a spoiler when we rank the members of Kiss. I'm spoiling them.
I kind of knew that the way you reacted when Eddie disparaged Peter Chris.
He's like, yeah, no. I'm just like, what the fuck did you say? So
honestly, I thought Ace was your favorite, so that's a shock.
So here's what we're gonna do.
It's a shock to most.
We're gonna have Bobby come back with us. We're gonna have Bill Ali come back with us because they're both huge Kiss fans along with us. We're going to have the four of us. See how it ties into this? Slams and Jams, wrestling and rock. We're going to have the four of us on. We're going to talk about, we're not going to go through, they started as Wicked Luster. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to, we'll probably say that part. But we're going to talk about all the different members that Kiss had over the years. And you know what we're going to do? You know what I'm about to say next. We're going to list them all, and we're going to rank them all from best to worst, or top to bottom, or however you want to word it. All the members of Kiss. Yeah. Wait, sorry. Who does this? All right, that's it. The Horsemen.
Just don't wear that ECW shirt. That's all.
Right. You don't want Gene to get mad. Woo! Boys, diamonds are forever, and so are the Horsemen, and so is Slams and Jams. For the love of wrestling and rock and roll. See you next time with some Kiss